How do we reinvent marriage to work? Most people's relationship problems will listen to this. Most people's relationship problems stem back to them ignoring red flags. Now, are you going to find a perfect person? What if you found, like, what if you say, I don't want tattoos on a woman? Okay. But you met a woman and she's nice to you. She's kind. She seems like she might be able to commit. All of a sudden, the tattoos don't mean a thing. I don't want to marry a fat woman. I don't want to marry this woman. I don't want to marry this or like whatever your list is. Identify your red flags. What are the deal breakers, the non negotiables? And you have to have those for yourself. She's probably got some that she'll list as well. Identify what your red flags are. And that's a conversation that you have to have that no one has until they're living under the same roof. And then if you connect your relationship or your marriage somehow to having a roof over your head, this is what happens. If the relationship or marriage ends, then so does your dwelling, so does your roof, then you have to move. There's nothing worse than breaking up and then having to move. That really sucks. So if both people are going to contribute to the mortgage or the rent, man, you better get along, because if you don't, then guess what? You're going to be paying for the mortgage on your own, paying for the rent on your own. She's going to move out. It's going to disrupt your life. Do you move to where she is? Does she move to where you are? Do you work on a household together? Whose name is on the deed? Whoever's name is on the title, the lease, the deed, really runs the show. So should there be a joint effort for a dwelling, or should you just have your own lease and deed? And if things don't work out, then she can pack her shit. I've only told one woman in my life, pack your shit. One, and I regret that. My God, that was a hard thing to do. And I hated the aftermath. I hated the fallout of me saying impulsively, well, then pack your shit. Because that was someone who I feel like that is one of the regrets in my lifetime is someone who I lost because of that. That if I was a little more patient, if I was a little more understanding, if I wasn't as impulsive, if I didn't react emotionally, I should have acted rationally and intellectually and realized, hey, you know what? Everyone's got a bad day. Everybody's entitled to a bad day or two, but that doesn't mean the marriage or relationship has to end. That might just mean you take time apart. Back to the client who is the flight attendant. He's in the air 4 days a week and with his wife 3 days a week. They don't cheat on one another. Not that they both have said they will remain loyal to one another. I said, and he became a flight attendant after being married for years. And I said, what did that do to your marriage? And he said, it's the best thing that ever happened to it, because we're not like breathing down each other's backs. He says, by the third day up in the air, he did transatlantic flights. He says, I wanted to see my wife. I missed her. And when we got together at the end of the fourth day, we made love like we were newlyweds. And we did stuff together. We cooked. We enjoyed each other. So there is one possible option is that you have spaces, like Khalil Gibran says in his book, The Prophet. Let there be spaces in your togetherness. I call it relationship fasting. You know how like you fast, you do like a 16-8 fast where you only eat during a certain window of time. Is there a marital lifestyle where you only see each other for a finite period of time and then you're off doing your own thing? One of the problems is that men, when we commit, we allow our energy and motivation to be external. Are encouraged, like the W.C. Fields, Mark Twain thing. I could live 2 months on a compliment, that kind of thing. We love being married. Men love being married. And we are mate guarders. We don't want other farmers planting seeds or plowing a field that we own. And when I say own, you don't own your wife. You understand what I'm saying. Someone that's considered yours, your woman. You don't want your woman being with someone else. And she doesn't want you being with anyone else. And there are people who enter into these ethical, non-monogamy kind of relationships. And guess what? You're still falling into she's not yours, it's just your turn. Where do you start? Give me your answer. Use rational thinking. Do not be emotional. And What I want you to do is put it down below. Let this be a forum where we discuss this. The comment section is going to be super powerful. Do me a favor. Think about this. Do not give cynical answers. Do not. First and last warning. I won't say it again. Do not give cynical answers. And I know there's a lot of like MGTOW and those kind of guys here. That's fine. I don't care. I am kind of a MGTOW guy. I went my own way and I've enjoyed it. But can you be a married MGTOW? Can you kind of go your own way, be a little bit scarce, be a little bit indifferent, create a little dread? In other words, create value in yourself where a woman feels, think about this, where a woman feels, I don't want to lose this man. Vice versa. You might want to say, I like this woman, you might be thinking, and I don't want to lose her. She's, I've lost relationships in the past because of things I said and did, but I want to stop that. I want to relearn. Be an old dog that, they say an old dog can't learn new tricks. I think it is possible to learn some new tricks if you look at it from a stoic, non-emotional point of view. I think that's very possible. Let the comment section be a forum right now. So people in the future, when they watch this video, they can look at the comments down below and see rational answers and suggestions and possibilities. Let this kind of like be a workshop. So what I'm doing is I'm workshopping the idea of how to reinvent marriage, because traditional marriage, the reality is, let's get real, isn't working. And the answer is not just being alone for the rest of your life. The answer is not being childless for the rest of your life, especially if you're a young guy. What is the answer? How do we reinvent marriage?